I'm not going to call it a jump the shark, but a gimmick that a lot of shows will go with is the musical episode. Okay, I mean, everything from Scrubs, The Flash, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. A lot of shows have done musical episodes. Now, a lot of these shows handle them in a very tasteful way. Like, say, Buffy, for example.
Buffy had a really good... It was a good musical.
It was a campy show to begin with, so it fit that style. Scrubs, it's a comedy. And they did it in a way that was actually made sense. There was a woman that had a nasty brain tumor. She heard everything as music. That's something that can legitimately happen. The Flash, there was a demon that that had been previously, granted he was made up in a Batman cartoon that was one of the more recent ones, Brave and Bold, but nonetheless, Music Meister. So it all made sense there. But one show where it didn't make sense to have a musical episode, Grey's Anatomy.
It's kind of a weird one to put a musical into.
Yeah, it's not a comedy. It's not a fantasy show.
It's pretty hard drama.
It's pretty hard drama. And what's even weirder is that they actually fit it into the storyline, like right after like this horrible, horrible car crash involving main characters. So it was like this horrible event. People get really badly hurt, whatever. And then, oh, hey, fun musical episode.
That's not even... What? Wow. What's that?
What is that?
Shpoo, what's going on?
There's monsters outside.
There's monsters? What kind of monsters?
I don't know. What state are we in?
Today on the show.
So here we go.
Here we go. Starting right off out of Alaska. Lake Ilma. Lake Ilma is the reported haunt of a giant fish-like god creature. That's quoting the Inuits from the area.
Isn't that a song? I am the fish god or something.
Lake Iliamna is 77 miles long, 22 miles wide, and its max depth is almost 1,000 feet.
Wow.
It's pretty deep. Reports coming in of a giant wolf-headed killer whale type like creature between 10 and 20 feet. The creature is called the Inuit people refer to as Jig-Nick-Knock.
Jig-Nick-Knock.
A fish monster that traveled in groups and attacks canoes and kills warriors. They hunted and feared the creature. Sightings started beginning about the 50s when pilots would fly over and they would see these giant-like creatures in the lake. Several reports from the 40s and 50s keep talking about a 20 to 40 foot fish-like creature, silver and gray in color, kind of gunmetal gray.
Tastes great.
Less filling.
Yeah.
Probably really good with
like
mega fatty acids.
I just like the name. Jig-Nick-Knock.
Yeah.
It just sounds like something off of like a bad sci-fi movie from the 50s or 60s, and that's how they talk.
It's from the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, Jig-Nick-Knock.
The latest reported sighting was 1988 when several locals reported the same sighting from waters and land. A large black fish with a fin swimming near the surface. That sounds like an orca, like a killer whale.
Sounds like a big fish.
Or a big fish.
You're an orca.
Several popular things. Now look, guys, it could be a monster. Yeah. It could be, but here's the deal.
Could be a big fish. It's only 20 feet. I mean, that's not unreasonable.
That's
Scoochie is way too animated with her new arms.
It's 3.5 of me. I'm 6 foot tall. That's 3.5 of me. That's still a big fish.
We're talking about Alaska. I mean, you got whales in Alaska. You mentioned orcas.
Yeah.
I mean, you got all these things up there. So I mean, it's not unreasonable to think that there is something in the water, fish or mammal, that big. That is that big.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Well,
I never heard of this.
So like here's the deal. It's been cited for hundreds and hundreds of years, but the Discovery Channel did a special on this with one of their river monster guys, and he concluded, like a lot of modern biology, that this is just a giant white sturgeon, just a giant fish. Now, granted, huge. The fish looks prehistoric. I mean, they're
sturgeons are scary.
Sturgeon are scary looking fishes, but they're bottom feeders. They feed off of silt. They're not going to attack a boat. Come on. Anyway. But that's a cryptid. What do you guys think? Yeah, that's a cryptid.
What do you think about Jig-Nick-Knock?
Jig-Nick-Knock. That's just fun to
That
say.
is a lot of fun
That's
to say.
just a lot of fun
That's
to say.
hashtag Jicknicknock.
Oh, this one spelled that.
Oh, we actually, it was on the screen just now. We've got some fun facts for you today.
Fun facts for you today. Some facts that you just need to be able to throw out at parties to make yourself kind of look a little more intelligent than what you probably are.
Yeah, I pride myself on being a vault of absolutely useless knowledge, and lists like these is a lot where a lot of that comes from.
Right.
So these are real facts that just little fun things that you probably didn't know. You might have, but most of you not so much. So we're just going to throw out like 10 of these today, discuss a little bit, and have some fun with it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to start it off. There is a place in the Durango Desert in Mexico where the locals call the Zone of Silence. You can't pick up a TV or a radio signal there, and oftentimes locals say some fireballs can appear in the sky. Wow, that's kind of aliens. Yeah. There's actually a lot of places in the world where radio and TV signals and even cell phone signals don't quite reach due to either natural occurrences or just the location away from any civilization.
Or the government.
Shh.
It's the Illuminati.
We were told we weren't going to talk about
We'll edit that out. Don't worry about it.
Idaho anymore.
Nope.
Oh, God, I said too much.
What are you doing, man?
Orange juice.
The Sam's Club masters have spoken.
Yeah.
Well, then they moved up the release date.
Oh, yeah, we've got to talk
To
about
April.
Marvel's tweet between them and Robert Downey Jr.
Exactly. They put out this tweet about
Well, Robert put out a tweet. Hey, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Hang on a sec. I want to get this read
there was
right.
a response put out by Marvel in a tweet that was, I mean, blatantly
blatantly obvious. Come on, internet
basically the gist of it was they put out
yes.
there about
Robert Downey Jr. goes, any chance that I could see Avengers earlier? And then Marvel tweets back, anything for you, Mr. Stark. How's April 27th? Then he goes on, can I see it with a few friends? Do you mean these friends? And Marvel goes ahead and gives all the Chris Evans and Mark Ruffalo and stuff. And then Robert goes, the entire world. Then Marvel Studios. This is Disney. Disney doesn't do anything.
They don't make mistakes.
They don't make mistakes.
But their response was, and I quote,
That's a fantastic
in
big
all caps
idea. Why
Just
would
saying.
you capitalize that one word?
Now, okay, so with the merger, at least as far as we know, with the merger not being complete yet, would they start throwing these types of things out there? Or at least, giving nods that there are other things out there? Well, has anybody watched Jessica Jones Season 2? Did you not catch the part where she mentioned something about how people with powers prefer to be referred to as gifted? That is a direct nod to
Gifted.
Xavier's School for the Gifted. A.K.A.
Again,
the X-Men.
Again, Marvel and Disney do not
They're
do
dropping
anything.
hints.
They're dropping hints all over the place.
See,
So,
it may
yes.
not be done yet, and yes, there have been a couple of companies that have tried to put not Capcom, but what am I looking for?
It's a Comcast.
Comcast, thank you. They've
Comcast.
tried to pop up and stop the whole thing. It's gonna happen, guys. It's Disney.
Let it happen, guys. Just
Someone
let
else
it happen.
pops up and like, oh, well, we would like to buy instead. Disney just says, well, let's just add a few zeros on the end of that check there. Go ahead. Happy Halloween! We didn't feel like doing makeup and stuff, so I'm a zombie.
I'm post Hulk banner.
Yeah, pretty much. So,
Well,
that
could
fits.
be a worse week. It could be worse week.
Could be. These were actually both originally zombie costumes that were used in something else, but we went with that today. If you want to achieve this effect, all you have to do is just find a good parking lot, just tuck the shirt under the back tire, and just peel out on it. It works wonderful. And it fits along with what we're doing today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about cheap.
Last minute costume ideas.
Absolutely, and I know this is something that pretty much every other talk show out there has covered at one point in time or another, but instead of showing you our ideas or whatever, we're going to show you some of the ones that we found that just broke the mold on
cheap and last minute.
Cheap and last minute. And these are things that you can do around your house as well.
Yeah. Like this guy.
Pretty simple stuff here.
Maybe.
It's the book face.
It's the Facebook.
Oh,
He's
that too.
Facebook.
That-
Yeah. So all you need for that is a grease pencil and a mirror. And you got to know how to kind of write backwards.
Sure. You also have to have zero imagination.
Well, look at his face. It actually is kind of maybe that may be all the imagination he has.
True. But hey, that's kind of the idea for today. Oh, got some change laying around. You know, maybe dig through the couch cushions and maybe especially this one works especially well if you're someone that everyone hates. You can be Nickelback.
Oh, you went deep for that one.
Oh, I did. I mean, it definitely helps if you're Canadian and everyone hates you. And
wait, did you say Canadian?
Yeah.
Are we still certain that's a place that exists?
I just said it helps.
I get that.
Sure. You know, concerts are overpriced.
They're
A lot of, especially like some of your big bands out there. Say, I don't know, Metallica, for example. Their concert tickets tend to be pretty pricey. Well, two men. Did you know that there's a town in Washington called George? George Washington. That's awesome. Well, in 1996, police in George Washington issued a report on the events leading up to the deaths of Robert Ulanke and his friend Orman D. Young, who was 27 at a Friday night Metallica concert. I'm going to give you the, just cut right to it. Basically, they were playing at an amphitheater, and these two gentlemen decided that they wanted to go to this concert, but did not want to pay to go in. So they drove a pickup truck up to the top of the backside of the amphitheater. They backed up to the fence. They weren't counting for the fact that there would be a 7-foot fence there. So the first guy, he climbs the fence and hops on over, not taking into the account that there's a 23-foot drop on the other side.
Have you noticed the theme? Every one of these, except for his grenade, has got a drop.
So Ulanke, if I'm pronouncing that correct, was in the pickup that was on. Okay, well, we'll get to that. Basically, they found Young at the bottom of a 20-foot drop. Young was found with severe lacerations, numerous fractures, contusions, and a branch in his anal cavity. He had been stabbed, and his pants were in a tree above him, about 15 feet off the ground.
Branch in his anal cavity?
Yeah, and his pants were gone.
We're not going to hashtag that?
I think we've already done branch butt. Hashtag branch butt.
There you go.
There you go. According to commissioner in charge of the investigation, they had tried to get tickets for the concert was sold out, so it's not like they didn't want to pay. But
they wanted to crash it.
Right. So they moved the truck up to the edge of the fence, and they climbed over. So he jumped over the fence, promptly fell about half the distance before a large tree branch broke his fall, and also broke his left forearm. He also managed to get his shorts caught on the branch. Since he is now in great pain and had no way to extract himself and his shorts from the tree, he decided to cut his shorts off with a knife and fell down to the bushes below. So now he's fallen 23 feet, is now in the bushes. He's all cut up. He's got a broken arm, etc., etc., etc. As soon as he cut the last piece of fabric that was holding him to the branch, he suddenly plummeted the rest of the way down, losing his grip on his knife, which stabbed him. The bushes that he had depended on to break his fall were actually holly bushes.
Oh!
He landed in them, causing massive number of cuts. He also had the misfortune of landing squarely on a holly bush branch that went right up his butt. The knife, which he had been, that he accidentally released, had now landed and stabbed him in his left thigh. Was in, needless to say, a lot of pain. So his buddy, Ulanke, had observed a series of numbers of tumbles and realized that Young was in trouble. He hit upon the idea of lowering a rope to his friend and pulling him up over the fence. This was complicated by the fact that Ulanke was outweighed by his friend by a good 100 pounds. Happily, despite his drunken state, he realized that he could use their truck to pull him up. Unfortunately, because of his drunken state, he put the truck in reverse instead of drive. Yeah, went right through the fence and landed right on top of Young. Yeah, and Ulanke was thrown from the truck and subsequently died from internal injuries. So that's how a dead 255-pound man with no pants on, with a truck on top of him and a stick up his butt, came to be. So hey, what's your favorite?
Hey, Scallywags.
Why are we outside right now?
Why are we outside right now? Because we're taking the show on the road. Our first stop, if you've been paying attention,
We're here to see
home.
this. So here is it.
Bum, bum.
It's the world's largest fork.
I read.
I don't know about you,
It's a big fork.
but I could go for a salad.
Yeah, maybe some pasta.
Yeah, pasta would be nice with it.
This is the world's largest fork.
35 feet tall.
That's right.
Oh, stainless steel goodness.
Pretty big. Basically, this used to sit outside a restaurant on the southeast side of Springfield, and when that restaurant closed down, somebody couldn't handle the novelty of a giant fork going away, so they moved it over here to Chesterfield Village on the southwest side of Springfield. So it's kind of tucked away behind some office buildings and stuff, but yeah, if you're ever over in the southwest side of Springfield, stop and say hi to the world's largest fork.
You think they'll let me touch it? I'm gonna touch it.
Stay on the concrete.
Gotta stay on the concrete, Goal accomplished. So these are actually hanging up in the all of the elevators this year. There is a story that kind of goes along with that from last year that, well, basically the, well, let's just say some con goers kind of broke the elevator moment. I'm getting locked out. We're here with the Ghostbusters of the Ozarks, and yeah, so who are we talking to here? What we got? We got a little one down here at the top screen.
I'm Eddie Warren.
Eddie Warren, and this is Holtzman.
Yep.
Over here. Might recognize you. So, what brings you guys out to VisionCon?
Well, actually, we're here for paranormal reasons.
Oh, really? Going to be hunting some ghosts while you're here?
Well, we would try it. Yeah.
Oddly enough, we're actually going to be doing some investigation later on. I mean, something smells really clean.
Really fresh too, you know. It's just I can't put my finger on. I
Like
There's a laundromat.
Irish
next
Spring
door,
fully
I
clean.
believe.
Could be. That's probably where it's coming from.
Coincidence.
Yes.
Coincidence. So anyway,
So in your time as Ghostbusters, what is the dumbest question you've ever been asked?
Who are you gonna call?
Who are you going to call?
it would seem pretty obvious who they're going to call.
I always shout me,
Police.
me, because I wouldn't. If they're asking me who I'm gonna call, it's like I don't really need to call anybody.
Yeah, you guys
because,
being the Ghostbusters, you don't exactly need to make a call.
Yes.
I mean, wouldn't you just call like 911?
Yeah.
Probably. Especially with the explosions we have.
Child.
Mini Ghostbusters down here. and many Ghostbusters.
Mini Ghostbusters.
Many, a plethora.
Mini and
mini.
mini.
A plethora.
Okay, so what's the stupidest thing you guys have seen on an investigation?
The stupidest things we've seen.
Stupidest thing you've seen on an investigation?
I don't know, look at this guy.
No, ghost cats.
Ghost cats.
Ghost cats.
They just go knocking everything.
No, you
else
know, you
out.
have no idea how many people we actually get just saying like, no, it's driving me crazy. There's a ghost cat that just goes across my living room at a certain time of day, and
Knocking stuff off tables.
for us to actually, like, have you tried to just catch a cat?
Well, yeah.
No,
I mean, that's hard enough.
Imagine that, except
Except your hands just go
can't.
right through it.
Yes, yeah.
Patrick.
That's about
You
it.
guys got equipment for that, though, don't you?
Yep.
Sadly, we have not made like.
Well, you take one of your
Yeah.
here's what you do. You take one of your trap boxes, you put some litter in it, and then the cat will just come to the trap.
That's actually genius.
Alice, don't leave.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or fish. Wait, fish would gurr, wouldn't it?
I'm right here.
Fish,
Fish would gurr.
Fish would gurr.
Yes.
Gurr.
I think yeah.
The cats, right?
Hashtag fish would
Fish,
gurr.
right. Fish,
I
if
was
they get
having
angry, would
flashbacks.
gurr.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
It's only flashbacks
Especially
of
if it
like,
was
you
like
know.
a catfish. Yeah.
Ah,
She
yes.
beat me to it. She beat me to it.
She
Yeah.
did. He stole your joke. He stole your joke.
Except that would be more like a his fish.
He stole your joke.
Fishes.
For a little bit.
You were wrong.
Hashtag fishes.
Chips. You talk about fish and I want chips.
All right, so we're gonna go grab some lunch.
I'm kind of hungry, guys.
And
So we're in England now. We're gonna get some fish and chips.
hey, there's the chips. Snap Pringles. Not a sponsor.
Wow. That's why we can't have nice things.
Me and this guy, we go way back, and it's not all pleasant. So we're gonna have a conversation, and we'll see you guys here in a minute.
We're telling ghost stories.
Today on the show. God, no, I want Denny's.
Yeah, moon's over my head.
Oh. What are we talking about? Oh, epic video. Hey, yes, the last one. This one,
This is one of my favorites. I love this one so much.
And this one's been around for ages and ages and ages.
But it is withstood the test of time so
Absolutely.
well.
And of course, it's not real. And anyone who thinks that it is,
but
tell me if you really think it is, because I want to look you in your face and laugh.
But it is beautiful.
But it is epic, yes. It always kind of reminded me of that scene from Labyrinth.
Yeah.
With all the
little hand.
Yeah.
You know.
Hand monster.
Hand monster things.
It's like a great commercial for like isotone gloves or
isotone gloves or hand lotion.
Yeah. Don't let your hands become a beast. Try new whatever lotion. Sorry, we've got people watching us now, and it's kind of funny.
They're trying to figure out what we're doing in here, and we're just like keeping up.
Very animated, just
and we're not sure how well they can hear us. So,
Dick Tracy. Remember this?
Oh,
movie?
I remember the Dick Tracy commercial.
I love that movie. So horribly awesome, but
it was a good movie for its time.
Yeah, for its time. I remember seeing Dick Tracy and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the theater on the same day. Back to back.
Madonna in the movie.
Yeah. And speaking of Madonna, the action figures of was it No Face or Blank?
No Face or Blank?
The Blank.
Yes.
It revealed that Madonna actually was the Blank, and that was kind of the big twist of the movie. The action figure spoiled it before the movie even came out.
Oh, imagine
Whoopsie.
that. Kind of like Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah, we talked about this
last week. Basically, the Mask of the Phantasm, the main villain is Bruce's love interest in that movie.
Yeah.
But you weren't supposed to know that until they released the toy like 6 weeks before the movie.
Before the movie came out.
Yeah.
If you're fans of things that'll give you freaking nightmares.
Yeah, right?
Okay, well, moving on. The Adventures of Napkin Man.
Napkin Man.
And doing this just because this one got stuck in my head. This one's from Canada. Broadcast from 2013 to 2015. A teacher, Mr. Anthony, teaches his students how to deal with various emotions appropriately. Mr. Anthony helps his students learn about emotions with stories about a superhero called Napkin Man, drawn on a napkin. So let's take a look at this thing here. Tell me this song doesn't get stuck in your head.
Some things are kind of hard to get through, but with a little help, you can do it. Yes, you can. I'm Napkin Man.
I hate you.
First time I heard this, that song was stuck in my head for like 3 days.
I will not get that out of my head.
Napkin Man.
Why did you do that?
Because it's wonderful. I mean, what's cool about it though is that it's not, you know, where most kids shows is talking about, you know, alphabets and numbers and stuff like that. This one's actually teaching you like how to deal with emotions. Are you mad? Are you sad? Whatever. Here's how you deal with it. You draw a superhero on a napkin and then you sing a song that gets stuck in your head for a month. That's how you do it. But you know what it reminds me of? Remember when we were kids and I think it was on. Was it on Sesame Street?
I think it was on Sesame Street.
The Sesame Street or the Electric Company, the
little shot
teeny
glass.
little super guy.
I'm just a teeny little super guy.
Yeah.
Just a little teeny super guy. Oh yeah.
He just kind of walks around his little shot glass, and he goes through. The best part of that is he could like phase through counters.
Yeah.
And
talk to other
dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about it. So yeah, moving on. I'm rambling and trying to justify. So
trying not to seem as unnice.
We're being mean, and we know it, but we're not. We don't mean to sound as mean as we're sounding. If that makes any sense, just
anyway,
moving on.
So the next one is the Tory Show. And the one that surprised me is one of her epic makeup fail tutorials. And, you know, she has 13,000 subscribers. 13,000 subscribers. Now, she has just about everything from riffing videos to fake cooking shows. It's almost a variety show.
A little bit of sketch
comedy.
comedy.
Little bit of sketch comedy. But you know, the reason why I
see, now this is what's cool is when you know that it's bad, so you embrace that and you run with it. That's the kind of thing that I can really respect.
And so you know, I'll just let this video is why it caught my eye.
Take your biggest brush and dab it on your face. Beautiful.
Ooh, shiny.
Shiny. You know, the thing about glitter is it gets everywhere, and it's a craft.
I don't like glitter. It's coarse and rough.
It's everywhere. I like Frito pie.
Yeah.
Frito chips are really good, but they
chili cheese
leave,
Fritos.
they leave an aftertaste when you're done. So why would they decide to make FritoLay Lemonade? Eating salty corn chips makes you thirsty, and lemonade can cure that thirst. Unfortunately, when people think Fritos, thirst quenching is not an adjective that comes to mind.
Mm.
So this was on the shelves in the early 2000s. Frito-Lay's logical brand extension turned out to not be so logical after all.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
You get that corn chip taste in the back of your throat, and then I'm going to reach for a corn chip flavored drink.
Lemonade made with corn.
No.
No, I don't think it was really made with corn.
I don't think it was either, but it probably.
But you have to. I mean, that's where the brain goes to.
Yeah, I wonder if it actually did leave that nasty aftertaste, or if it tasted like lemonade.
Or that film in your teeth. That just feels like it's just packed it into your molars for days on end. Oh, so do you like baby food? Just building intrigue and excitement, and that's exactly what viral marketing is. Now, there's so much more to this that I could go into, but simply not going to for time constraints. But definitely, what you should do, go and look it up. Just simply run a Google search for Cloverfield ARG. You'll find all things for 10 Cloverfield Lane and Cloverfield Paradox as well. But it's all there. It's all very super interesting. We'll do a 10 Cloverfield Lane episode. I don't know, maybe next week or the week after or something like that. But just something to look into, something that's really cool and something that I'm very passionate about. And I apologize, there's so much information here that I haven't gotten to the exciting stuff yet. And I realize that, and I apologize for that, but we're getting there, so stick with me. But that's going to wrap it up for today, so make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. While you're on Facebook, there's the address right there. Make sure you send us a message letting us know. I don't have it on. I thought I had it on. But no, you can get yourself a The Show t-shirt. And they're $20 for the short sleeve, $22 for the long sleeve. Or you can get one of these fancy hoodies. And that's, there's all the stuff right there, Those are going to be going for $25. So, yeah, send us a message with what color and what size you would like. We will get that ball rolling for you to get that order in. So, definitely hit us up while you're here on YouTube. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And why have you not been saying anything this whole... D? Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and if you liked what you see, go ahead and click on our faces to go ahead and subscribe to get all of our Monday through Friday stuff.
Indeed, and here's a couple of links down below that you can follow to watch more shows like it. Tons of great content right here at Scallywag Productions. We'll see you tomorrow.